Check test, 1, 2, 1, 2, checking. Hello and welcome into the Coast Coliseum. My name's Devin Dobeck, back along with you. He's Scars!
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash with skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
Well, if you're looking to have some fun with the family as Christmas wraps up and the new year begins, the Coast Coliseum is the place to be. The Biloxi Breakers preparing to face off against the Baton Rouge Zydeco in 2 matchups this week. Here with more, captain and forward for the Breakers, Dylan Infantino. Dylan, thanks for joining us here,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
You were just talking before the break. This is a big game for y'all, right? This weekend?
Yeah, we're taking that second turn into the season right now, so every game's pivotal. These are some must-win games this weekend, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, is this your first season with the Breakers?
Yep, first season.
Wow, just first impressions. What has it been like this season?
Well, I'd never been to Mississippi before for a start, so I've been really impressed with the area. I'm getting a little used to it now, and I love it. It's great playing here on the beach, and our rink's right on the water, obviously, so. Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, not quite the stereotypical Mississippi I'm sure you've heard of, because you're from New York, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hear all those stereotypes about Mississippi, but yeah, it's nothing like what you hear. I'd encourage everyone to come down here to the Gulf Coast and check it out for themselves, because it's great.
Yeah, y'all's streaks right now, or not streaks, but y'all scoring 4 to 15. How tough is that dynamic coming in as a first season and kind of getting into the groove with your fellow players?
Yeah, it's a little tough. I mean, we definitely have a younger team, not like a ton of veteran status on our team, but we're learning more every day and we're working together. We have a very resilient group here, and I'm proud of everything we've done, and I'm looking forward to how we compete the rest of the season.
Yeah. Now, Dylan, I hear y'all have a little bit of a beef with the Zydeco.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
What happened? When did this start?
Yeah, they're a closer team, so we play them a little bit more often, and we've had some physical games against them. A few weeks ago, we got in a little bit of I guess you could say a brawl with them.
Whoa.
Yeah, a line brawl. So, yeah, you never know with this team. It's always a fun physical game. And like I said, these are must-win games, so we're going to do whatever it takes. Whether there's a fight involved or not, we're going to do what it takes to win this weekend.
Now, I admitted I don't know a lot about hockey, but I am a man, so I see fighting. I'm going, oh, yeah, fighting, yeah. So when can you fight in hockey? What are the prerequisites? Can you just go out, or what does it take to?
Well, believe it or not, there's not many prerequisites. You can kind of just drop the gloves whenever you want to.
Wow.
Usually it's good manner to let the guy know before and maybe give him a chance to put his gloves down or whatever, but some guys don't care as much and they'll just jump you. So you never know what's going to happen, but that's the fun of the game. That's why we dropped the puck.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm going to have to get season tickets, man. I told you, when I saw the first brawl at my first game, I was like, well, I'm sold. Say less. I'm there.
A lot of people, I think, have the same idea.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Dylan Infantino, thank you so much for being with us. You can catch those games this weekend, the 26th and the 27th at 7 o'clock at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Big, important game, hopefully to get you on the playoffs.
Thank you so much, Noah.
Awesome. Thank you, Dylan.
Officials are getting set to drop the puck. And we are underway from Biloxi. Crowder plays the bank off to Yevdokimov. Strong off the wall, takes it over to Pikarczyk. Backhand pass right over to Henry. In all alone, he shoots, he scores! Caden Henry opens the scoring. 32 seconds in, his 5th of the season. Biloxi strikes first tonight.
French and Schlepp round 2 at center ice, this time in Biloxi. French 6'2", 205 versus AJ Schlepp, 6'8", 209. A heavyweight tilt here in the neutral zone. Both guys getting a feel for each other, slowly getting ready to go here at Breaker Bay. A quick fight. And now French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free, a couple lefts. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Trading with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to feed him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. If he wasn't the nicest guy in the world, other than when he's fighting, probably could have pounded him. Yevdokimov comes in to intercept. Bank pass in the neutral zone. Here's Caden Henry with a stick lift. In all alone again. He scores! For an opportunity. And now Alexanian comes in and scores. Was paying a bit of attention to the Lucchese collision with Kim Miettinen over on the half wall. And Alexanian, in the midst of all that, tucks one home and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Cox back over to Chirac. Chirac on his backhand looking in front. And Rosenzweig sprawling all around makes another big-time stop. He has been the rock for the Breakers and their X factor for success. You have Yevdokimov just missed the feed from Colarusso. Richie Colaruso's found a few really nice passing lanes. Another quick shot. In front, they score! Hat trick! Caden Henry! And here come the buckets. Larwood, stretch pass for Bartlett. Here comes the man. He scores while being taken down. Ross Bartlett gets one back, throws his finger in front of his mouth to quiet the crowd. Instead, just no blood, and I think it should have happened there as Chirac buries one right in the bumper position, surrounded by blue jerseys. And he gets into a prime scoring area, and when Chirac has room, he can let it fly. Henry shimmies, shoots, save made, Coffee, rebound, they score! Darius Davidson on the doorstep. His first as a Breaker gives them the lead with 10:15 to go. Dylan Infantino at the circle. Finds Thornton, now Infantino again. Infantino looking in front, the rebound on goal, and Coffee stands strong. The rebound, Crowder! Something happened. As in front, there it is. Ross Bartlett from the top of the blue paint tips one through the legs of Josh Rosenzweig. And now you have Yevdokimov fanned on the pass attempt, and now Bartlett springs ahead. You have Yevdokimov back checking. Bartlett to the middle, Alexanian. Bartlett scores. Short-handed. Ross Bartlett, a hat trick on the road. Stuns Breaker Nation, blowing kisses on his way down to High Five Coffee. Broken up by Cole Crowder. And now here come the Breakers, 2-on-1, Crowder and Yevdokimov. Yarrow to his backhand, in all alone, off the post, no! Rosenzweig was already celebrating. Coffee can't believe it, he's down. Somehow that didn't go in. Everyone in the building thought it went in as Cox and Rosenzweig collide. Now another opportunity, closing in all alone, backhand opportunity, Coffee, stones Bondi. Quick move to his forehand, tiptoeing the blue line, quick pass across, closing in, Pikarczyk, scores! Lucas Pikarczyk ends it in overtime. It's Hockey Night live from Biloxi, Mississippi. My name's Devin Dobek, back along with you. It's round 5 between the Baton Rouge Zydeco and the Biloxi Breakers. Without further ado, let's jump in to our tale of the tape in this 5th meeting between the two teams. Zydeco come in with a record of 3-11-5. The Breakers 5-15-1. Zydeco have had a lot of heartbreak as of late. Last weekend, 3 games in 3 days, first with the Moccasins and then 2 with the Scarecrows. They lost all 3 of those games in overtime. including 2 that they had at least a 1-goal lead in. So trying to rebound and collect those points as they currently sit 1 point behind Biloxi in the basement of the Continental Division. Breakers have lost 4 in a row. All those came at the hands of the Monroe Moccasins, but ending on a positive note, a 3-1 loss on Friday night and then a 6-4 loss the ensuing night on the road in Monroe. Breakers with a minus 46 goal differential, the Zydeco a minus 32. On the power play, Biloxi slightly better, marginally better if you will, 18.1% versus 12.4% for Baton Rouge. On the kill, Biloxi a league worst, 66.7%. Baton Rouge is 77.8%. In the previous 4 meetings, Biloxi has taken 3 of them, including 1 in overtime. Last time these 2 teams met, it was a split, including the line brawl on Friday night in Baton Rouge. Without further ado, let's jump into our Matt Bowers starting lineups for the 2 groups. Breakers will go with their top line of Xavier Charbonneau, Dylan Infantino, and Fabian Leonard. Tim Payne and Jordan Rosenbaum make up the defensive pairing with Anton Borodkin in between the pipes. On the other side, Jake Cox, Dmitry Kuznetsov, and the captain Tyler Larwood will go for the Zydeco. Heath Ford and Kim Mietinen, the defensive pairing with Ed Coffey in between the pipes. Let's take you through that goaltender matchup. Coffey comes in 6'6", 220 out of Anchorage, Alaska. Former Mississippi Seawolf comes in with a record of 2-3, 0-2. One of those wins came against the Biloxi Breakers back on November the 28th. An .876 save percentage and a 3.41 goals against average for Coffey. Still looking for his first shutout of the season. On the other end, it's Anton Borodkin. What a weekend he had a week ago. 88 saves on 97 shots he faced against the Moccasins, including a whopping 46 saves last Friday night. 4th FPHL team this season for Borodkin, still searching for his first win. Has an .873 save percentage and a 6.86 goals against average. Without further ado, we're going to head into our intro video and step aside. Back in a moment right here in Biloxi. And now French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free, a couple left. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Training with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to beat him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. 45 saves for Josh Rosenzweig. A night he very much needed to get those numbers trending back in the right direction, as now Infantino wants a piece of Steve Ford. A little something going on in center ice. As the 2 teams are being separated by the officials, Daria Zakimov hurting his cast of characters back one way. Trey Fisher and Ford still bickering. A couple right from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top from the bare knuckle light sporting competitor. Continuing to go. Oh, he put them down. AJ Schlepp with a... Here we go. Schlepp is going to try and jump Larwood, and now we've got a line brawl. Garrett Johnson calling out Ed Coffey for one at the red line. Everybody's got a dance partner. Wyzak going with Larwood. Crowder with some bombs on the far side. Schlepp teeing off on the far side. He goes down. One in. And Infantino in roll balls, but once he's still going, we need a wider shot on the camera. Crowder with a couple more pins. Hammer still throwing. Back up on their feet. We continue, and finally Crowder with a couple more. A line brawl to open up. Period number 3.
Breakers fans, are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time to get on your feet for the starting lineup for tonight's game. Brought to you by Matt Bowers Hyundai and Gulfport. Starting on defense, number 18, Tim Payne. Also on defense, number 5, Jordan Rosenbaum. Starting at forward, number 11, Xavier Charbonneau. Also at forward, number 93, Dylan Infantino. Also at forward, number 77, Fabian Leonard. Standing goal for your Breakers, number 31, Anton Baruchin. And here come the rest of your Biloxi Breakers. Head coach for your Breakers is Charlie Pence Jr., assistant coach Brett Riley, equipment manager Mike Roy, and team doctor from Bienvo Orthopedic, Dr. Ed Caterina, Marvin Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Performing our national anthem tonight is Casey Arnold.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proofs through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it one more time for Casey Arnold.
We're all ready to go inside the Coast Coliseum. Are you ready to go? Devin Dobeck along with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Welcome into the broadcast. Excited to bring you a great production of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the Biloxi Breakers taking on the Baton Rouge Zydeco. These two teams do not like each other. There's no secret about that. Both of them seem to boost their penalty minute totals every time they square off against one another. But some changes in the lineup from the last time these two teams met. We'll start with the Breakers. They'll be without Declan Conway tonight with an undisclosed reason. So no Declan Conway. Cole Crowder still on the injured list, will not be dressing for the game tonight as well. Starting goalie Anton Barodkin, no Josh Rosenswag in between the pipes. And then for the Baton Rouge Zydeco, some key absences, including Scott Chirac, assistant captain and 3-year member of the Zydeco, out of the lineup tonight. And the enforcer, number 12, Matthew Bazarin, given the late scratch from Chad Bailey. 20 miles on the clock for period one, and we are underway in our Republic Finance first period. It's a face-off win for the Zydeco. Blake Keller returns to Biloxi for the first time as a member of the visiting team after being released and signing with Baton Rouge. a few weeks ago. But Keller, 7 games as a member of the Zydeco, still searching for his first point. Had 2 as a member of the Breakers in 9 games. Breakers wearing their tuxedo New Year's Eve specialty uniforms. They look like a blue tuxedo with the bow tie and all, a rose included. 3-on-1 the other way developing. Rosenbaum fighting to get it back on over where it's swept in front by Infantino. Flanagan, why not, will shoot one, and that's grabbed by Ed Coffey for a whistle and a face-off. 19:16 to go in period number 1. Zydeco wearing their road white uniform, says Zydeco across the chest. They've got navy blue numbers trimmed in red, navy buckets, and black pants. Skyline of Baton Rouge is featured right around the waist area on those jerseys as well. They go from right to left, the Breakers from left to right. Ethan Matcham carrying the puck in towards the corner. Right there with him is Brendan Spinelli, Canton, Massachusetts native. Comes out to Flanagan, who's able to bump it to the far side. Trey Fisher involved in a collision there for a moment. Zydeco maintain control of the puck. Quick shot from Matcham, blocked down by Fisher. They get locked up and go hard into the corner wall. Matcham finally pulls down Fisher. Breakers win the possession back. Spinelli banking it out of the zone. Cut off by Hunter Alden, the former Athens Rock Lobster. Turned over. Fisher, who's scored in 3 of his last 4 games, enters the zone. Davidson sweeps one through the middle. Nobody there. Payne inadvertently bangs it down into the corner. Picked up and sent back down by Ciolik. Matcham will take a breather, dust it off, and begin the breakout to Blake Keller. Keller, once he changed teams, completely changed his identity, appeared. He's got a blonde buzz cut. No more long flowing locks that we saw from Keller in Biloxi. As backdoor Carter Thornton with a chance on the glove side at Coffey. Goes up and over the goal. Turnover. Thornton bumped off the puck. Turned over to Aldi Nerland. Nerland backhand feed on goal is going to be held by Coffey. And we'll have another quick whistle here. 17:53 to go. Hope everybody's enjoying our new score bug. Had a chance with some downtime before the game to search around and see if we could upgrade, and here we are. Top left of your screen's our new bug. Everything rearranged a little bit, but all the best for the viewers back at home, wherever you're watching, in the car, on the couch, in your room. Happy to be along with you for some Breakers hockey. Nerland forcing one on the blocker side that goes wide of Ed Coffey. Now off the wall, Nerland picks it back up, spins it down low for Lucchese. Lucchese not on the same page with Thornton, and it's turned over. Alexanian pops it through the logo at center. Thornton, touch pass for Lucchese. Lucchese shoots one. Blocked down off Kitola, and Lucchese will give it more chase down below the end line. Taken away by Heath Ford. And into the chest of Lucchese. Now Aldi Nerland shielding the puck, peels back into his own end. Makes a pass through the middle of Declan Flanagan, who will coil back below the end line. Declan Flanagan spent 1 year at Michigan Dearborn. 42 points in those 32 games playing at the ACHA level. Flanagan's father, Mike, in the house tonight as well. As it's bumped up the wall by Colton Wyzak. Scored his first professional goal last Saturday against the Moccasins. Also had an assist, the points leader for the Breakers in that affair. This one comes all the way down to Anton Borodkin's side of things. No icing as it was off a breaker. Lucas Pikarczyk out there after taking a puck to the face last Friday night. Sends a pass across. Hansen saucering it back over to Pikarczyk. The last 2 remaining from the Mississippi Seawolves of 24-25. Larwood rubbed off into the wall hard by Grant Bondi. A little slow to collect himself. Now in the corner. Sent back to Hansen. Hansen tape-to-tape pass that clangs off the twig of Wyzak. Back in a forward role tonight is Colton Wyzak with the absence of Conway and Crowder. Larwood in a battle with Payne down low. Payne trying to create some space below the end line. Now it's Jake Cox sending it up to the point for Kim Miettinen. Former member and assistant captain of the Dashers Hockey Club last season. Larwood around Anton Borodkin, scores. Great patience by Tyler Larwood to wait until Borodkin had dropped. Peels all the way around him and slides it home. It's 1-0 Baton Rouge. just outweighted Borodkin. Really high IQ play by the captain of the Zydeco. And for Larwood, had just 2 points in his last 9 games played. Checks in on the scoreboard with just his 3rd of the season there. Back underway, Breakers trail by a goal. Payne gets it in deep. Charbonneau with a scrum in the corner. Infantino bumps into Heath Ford and took the brunt of that one as he goes down into the wall. Hunter Alden backhanding one into the offensive zone where Xavier Charbonneau takes it away. Shots are 1-1 as it says on the scoreboard. Coffey wheels it around where Leonard cuts it off, sending one to the middle. Then he gets hit by Blake Keller.
Correction on the last goal.
Rosenbaum.
Number 96, Tyler Blow.
Madyarov now peeling down low. Spoons one back behind the end line to Gretzky's office for Hunter Alden. Another centering feed. Borodkin paddles back on over to Rosenbaum, who will lead the charge the other way. Charbonneau across the blue line. Gets cut off by Ford, and now coming back is Hunter Alden. Alden will chip it to go chase. First one there is Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli with an assist in the 6-4 loss against the Moccasins, his 2nd of the season. Pikarczyk shielding the puck with his body, enters the zone, shooting one, looking for a rebound at Davidson. Another quick rebound for Fisher, bounced up and goes awry. Flanagan, risky pass through the legs of a forechecker to Spinelli on the near side. It's dumped in by Brendan Spinelli, picked up by Coffey, who finds Matcham. Up the wall to Ross Bartlett. Bartlett, 7 goals, 7 assists this season. Tied for 2nd in points in Baton Rouge, behind Jake Cox, who has 15. 5 goals, 10 assists for Cox. Alex Anian, hard to the goal. Wraparound opportunity in on Borodkin, and he's there to swallow it up. 14-13 to go here, period 1. We'll take our first media timeout. Baton Rouge with a 1-0 lead. I'm the captain, Tyler Larwood's 3rd.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Nothing's our score here on Breakers TV. Zydeco out in front, out shooting the Breakers 3-2 as the referees get the all clear from the off-ice officials down in between the glass, and we're back underway. Bartlett spinning one through the middle. Bondi had a chance to cut it off. It bleeds through to Austin Weber. Weber with a pair of goals the last time these two teams met, as Davidson takes a high hit from Kim Miettinen, and Lucchese's going to come in, lay a body on Miettinen, who lost his twig for a moment. Davidson will head back to the bench. Nerland out of the zone. Lucchese touch pass in stride. Carter Thornton one-on-one to the goal. Thornton denied by Ed Coffey, and then behind the goal, looks like a couple of the Zydeco defenders trying to pin it against the back of the leg of Ed Coffey. We'll see if Charlie Penn's elects to review, but it looked like Coffey was able to make the save there. A brilliant one to keep Thornton off the board. Good move by Thornton, but Coffey was expecting him to go forehand and was ready in the dirty bird when he finally finished the move. Tough to lift that puck when you're outstretched looking to tuck it around the netminder, as the referees are going to go in between the glass on Sporfy now for a quick review.
Fans, the play is under an official review.
While they're doing that, we will take a quick break.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15...
We're going to be coming back to Mile High Daiquiris in our next media timeout, but they made a quick review and determined it was no goal. So we'll bring you back to the action here and put that ad on hold for just a moment. 13:42 here. Shots are 3-3, Breakers in the Zydeco. Zydeco have been out shooting the Breakers throughout all the contests here. As our camera just went out for a moment. Apologies there. Flanagan punches it into the corner. Katola up the wall for Spinelli, who sends one in on Coffee. That's handled with ease. Larwood then takes a big hit from Declan Flanagan over on the half wall. Really nice clean hit shoulder to shoulder by Flanagan. Nerland banking one back around into no man's land where it's cut off by Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov, the longest tenured FPHL player for the Zydeco. 239 games played in his career, including tonight. Rosenbaum through the middle. Gets tipped over by Larwood. Nerland with the puck in the O-zone. Finds a streaking Spinelli who hits the brakes. Larwood bumps him off the puck and will take it the other way. Now Kuznetsov with a burst of speed shoots one, and Borodkin makes the save with the pad. Got just enough of it that time. 12:45 to go here in our Republic Finance first period. Borodkin wheels it around the wall where it's cut off by Wyzak and sent over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk and Sadiq through Matcham and then lost it looking to complete the transition. Matcham north to south back the other way. Will get caught offside, and we get another whistle at the 12:25 mark. Shots all square at 4. Good crowd in the house tonight, especially on the side that you aren't privy to see down below us at the bottom of your screen, and what you would see if it was expanded. Definitely more full than the opposite side behind the benches. Borodkin, little trouble on the handle. Blake Keller with a strong forecheck there. Madyarov, catch and release, is held by Borodkin. Coming up in our intermission, we had a special edition of Breaker Banter air last Tuesday. Charlie Penz Jr., the head coach and general manager of the Biloxi Breakers, sat down with me to talk shop about mostly off-ice things going on within the organization and everything snowballing into what will keep a team next season here in Biloxi. So stay tuned for that and more coming up in our first and second intermissions. Dylan Infantino lost a handle on the puck in the O-zone. Spits free to Charbonneau, who couldn't get it back to his forehand to get a shot away. Matcham down low, spins one around. Awkwardly played by Alexanian, who's looking to light up Charbonneau, so it appears. Puck comes all the way back in, down on Borodkin. Would have been just wide, but he'll elect to play it and paddle it away for Tim Payne. Payne moving to his backhand, heads over to the far side, drops it back to Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli will shoot it in around the dasher. First one there is Kim Miettinen. Miettinen, 6 foot 185 out of Tuusula, Finland. Playing in his 62nd FPHL game. 28 points for the defenseman in his second year. Alexanian, 2-on-2 charge with Bartlett. Drops it back to Bartlett. Down low to Alexanian again. Bleeds through him and Flanagan. On over to Leonard. Leonard using his body to carry the puck through the neutral area. Tried to dump it in deep. Instead, we'll have to play it back for Flanagan, who completes the task. Official almost leaned right into that one with a funky bounce off the dasher. Flipped up into the air here at the Coast Coliseum. Bartlett pirouetting his way around Rosenbaum, who cut off his angle to stir up the play. Jake Cox now. Gretzky curling back towards the point. Backhand feed taken away by Rosenbaum, who sends it across for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk holding and turned it over to Cox. Now back the other way. Here's Blake Keller, one-on-one. Hits the brakes right there with him, and read well was Pikarczyk. Those two definitely have played together a little bit. Cox blows a tire down at his own blue line. Somehow able to get it to Keller, who enters over the line. Keller, really nice move to the goal. He goes, shooting one. Took a funky bounce and goes behind everything where Madyarov can't collect the juggling puck. Keller spins one back down low for Alden. Alden backhanding one through the middle with a tailing Matyarov who couldn't catch up to it. And Davidson will flip it into the far corner for an icing. 9:46 to go. It's our second media timeout. Let's send it down to Mile High Daiquiris. Back in a moment.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Nothing Zydeco as we reach the midway point in period one. Our Republic Finance first period, Zydeco out shooting the Breakers 5-4. New Year's Eve weekend here at home for the Breakers. On actual New Year's Eve, they will be headed out to take on the Monroe Moccasins this Wednesday, December 31st at 7 o'clock Central Time. Face-off win for the Zydeco. Katola gave it up to Darius Davidson. Davidson across the blue line, staying on side on the far area was Pikarczyk, and now turned over where it'll be taken by Kuznetsov, given away to Weber, who leads it ahead for Alexanian. Alexanian fakes left, goes right, then is tripped up. Call coming against Biloxi, and we'll see who the guilty party is. I believe it's Brandon Lucchese going for tripping. So Lucchese sent off. It'll be the first Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill for the Breakers. .9:22 to go here in the first. First special teams opportunity for either side. As we mentioned, the Zydeco power play has not been much of a threat this season. They are ranked the worst in the FPHL with a percentage of 12.4%. They've only scored 11 power play goals through 23 games. That's 5 less than the next lowest, held by the Twin City Thunderbirds. Cox, backhander for Larwood. Larwood fighting to get it back over to Cox, and then it's cut off. Holding on to it is Miettinen. Miettinen. Quick shot comes in by Kuznetsov, and it deflects up off the window. Bank pass for Hunter Alden. Alden and the far circle. Backhanding one for Larwood. Larwood. Perimeter working well for Baton Rouge as Kuznetsov's drive goes over everything off the window once more. Larwood hits the break, shakes off Thornton. Now centering feed looking for Alden. Cut off. Larwood kicks it back out as opposed to slamming it on goal. Cox back for Larwood. This is a time they really miss Scott Chirac, who has 11 power play goals in his career as a member of the Zydeco. Miettinen through traffic shoots one into the catching mitt of Anton Borodkin, and with 8:13 to go, have another whistle. 52 seconds to go on the Lucchese minor for tripping. Not a whole lot of physical play. We've had a few crushing hits. Davidson took one. Flanagan gave one. But other than that, no scrums after the whistle, as we'd expect to see early on here between these two foes. Of course, no Schlepp, no Bazarin in this game, so that makes a huge difference on the physicality side of things. Schlepp with one more game left on his 2-game suspension for the sucker punch against Monroe. He'll be back tomorrow night and likely in the lineup. Weber shoved into the wall, cross ice, closing in. Quick shot by Bartlett, they score. It's Nick Katola pinching down low through the blue paint, taps it home, and it's 2-0 Baton Rouge now. A power play goal. Might have spoke that one into existence by talking about the lack of success that Baton Rouge has had on the man advantage this season, and lo and behold, there's a power play goal. Shot 7-4 Baton Rouge on the scoreboard, 2-0 in favor of the visitors. Hansen will take the ensuing draw with Hunter Alden. Zydeco can compete with anyone. They've showed that even in their losses to Monroe, Topeka. A solid team that just needs to find ways to win. Over on the far side, Wyzak takes down Chris Ciolik, struggling to get up. Katola gets the goal. The assist goes to Bartlett and Austin Weber. Pikarczyk couldn't slip it up the wall to Hansen. Back over to Matyarov, almost got tripped up. Now Alden in the corner, shoved into the boards and pinned by Hansen. Coming away with it is Matyarov, out to the point for Matcham. Matcham shoots one. Pad save made by Borodkin. Alden locked up with Grant Bondi on the near side wall. Larwood battling with Hansen. And now Matcham peeling down low by the end line. Hit into the boards by Bondi. Bondi playing a physical shift here. And we'll flip it up and into the neutral zone where it's settled by Ciolik. No icing. 6.5 minutes to go here in period number 1. 2-0 Zydeco lead it. Larwood couldn't toe drag his way through Lucchese. Lucchese in a battle for the puck, pops it up into the neutral zone where it'll be settled by the glove of Miettinen. Miettinen stapled once again into the wall. Larwood dropping it back to Cox, and it's taken away. Lucchese gives to Nerland. Thornton almost was offside. Nerland hits the brakes. Back across. Thornton's one-timer. Flailed at that one, didn't get all of it. And still with possession are the Breakers. Lucchese, blind pass for Thornton, couldn't connect. Looked like the initial pass on the zone entry was intended for Thornton before being cut off inadvertently by Nerland. And the Breakers will settle for no shots on that drive. Larwood takes a check from Lucchese. Bumped right off the puck. Charbonneau working over to his backhand. Nerland comes in as Charbonneau goes hard into the wall on the check by Alexanian. 5.5 minutes to go. Period number 1. Nerland gets it out to the point for Flanagan. Flanagan walks in looking for a tip on the doorstep by Infantino. And that one couldn't connect. Infantino with it again now. Gives to Charbonneau, whose shot pops up and into the seats. At the 5:13 mark, another mile-high daiquiri puck out of play. Infantino with 7 points in his last 9 games. He's been on a hot streak for the Breakers. Production has been consistent as of late for him. Had the chance to spend Christmas with his father and stepmom here, so a little extra energy heading into the game, you'd have to suppose, and see what he's able to do in the final 45 miles here tonight. Bartlett chips one ahead where Spinelli is there to cut it off from Weber. Spinelli breaks the ankles of Weber, spooning one back up the wall for Leonard. Infantino gives to Charbonneau. Charbonneau with room through the circle, shoots one, blocked by Heath Ford. Leonard faked the shot, carries the puck to the wall. Weber disrupts the play and able to get it on out to Alexanian. Alexanian with a burst of speed, looking to maneuver around Spinelli. Centering pass broken up, and now back from left to right go our eyes. Charbonneau, far side feed, hits Leonard, almost got stung at the blue line, avoided most of that hit. 4:20 remaining period 1. 2-0 Zydeco in front. Bondi around his own goal, carries the puck and sends it ahead for Pikarczyk. Jumped off his stick for a moment, and he's forced to ladle it back down deep. Ciolik, near side pass for Ethan Matcham, who shoots it way up and into the seats. Will this be a delay of game call? Becomes the question. Matcham pleading that a breaker had touched it. Officials might need a minute for this one as we head to our next media timeout. We'll take it. Breakers trail by 2.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Breakers headed to a walk-ons power play. It was indeed a delay game penalty to Ethan Matcham. And so the Breakers man up for the first time. Trey Fisher scored his first power play goal of the season a week ago. We'll be out there with that top unit. Spinelli and Davidson involved as well. Heath Ford and Davidson, a couple of cross checks. Not sure if that was friendly or not. And then continuing on, it's Nerland and Rosenbaum out there completing the 5 for the Breakers. Face-off win. One-timer Nerland right into the gut of Ed Coffey and held. Now some more pushing and shoving with Mietinen and Fisher, former teammates with the Dashers Hockey Club.
16:04 the first period. That's Matcham for delay a game at 16:04.
2-0 Zydeco, 3:50 to go in period number 1. Mitch Arbaugh booming through the PA speakers here. Another puck comes all the way back towards the Breakers' end, where it will be touched by Borodkin, and Rosenbaum will slow things down. Snapped out to Fisher, who looked to chip it ahead for Spinelli, and it's dumped back in once more. Each team with one-man advantage opportunity, including this one. Zydeco cashed on their first. Breakers certainly need to do the same here. Rosenbaum, far side feed for Spinelli. Back to Fisher, who snaps it to Davidson. His quick shot. Handcuffed Coffey for a moment, but he's eventually able to snarl it up and take the whistle right at the 3:10 mark. Another 75 seconds on the minor to Ethan Matcham for delay a game. If you're watching from around the league, welcome into our telecast here on Breakers TV and also on the radio on Super Talk Mississippi. My name's Devin Dobeck. Happy to have you along with us here, spending your Friday night. The last Friday before 2026 here in Biloxi. Face-off is won by the Zydeco. Kitola slams it out of the zone all the way back to Borodkin. Steers it for Rosenbaum, who will slow things down. Breakers begin their breakout. No pun intended there. Fisher on the near side will shoot it in deep. Kitola couldn't bang it out of the zone. Spinelli. Patient feedback for Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum tiptoeing the blue line, gives back to Davidson. Through the skates of Bartlett. Pass force Rosenbaum to leave the O-zone, and everybody will have to tag up. Nerland with a burst of speed through the middle. Dropped it off to Pikarczyk, but Nerland would have been offside, and now Pikarczyk takes down Garrett Johnson, and that will be Pikarczyk's first 2 penalty minutes of the season, eliminating the walk-ons power play, and shortly will be lining up a Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill. So 4-on-4 for the next 27 seconds before it becomes a 5-on-4 for the Zydeco for the second time tonight. Breakers win the ensuing draw, and Tim Payne will begin the charge.
2 minutes for hooking.
It's a hooking call officially to Pikarczyk.
That's Pikarczyk for hooking.
As now around the line, puck is touched, and we'll have a whistle for offside. Ethan Matcham returns in 15 seconds. Infantino will take the draw against Jake Cox here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in our first period of play. Infantino, nice face-off deke, but couldn't complete it 100%. Was able to take it from Ford, then had it knocked away. Or take it from Cox, excuse me. Kuznetsov over the line. Now will be a 5-on-4 for the Zydeco. Kuznetsov back across for Miettinen. Miettinen holding, sends one to the near side for Keller. Keller back for Miettinen, snapped across for Alexanian. That one rung off the pipe. Actually, that was Kuznetsov, excuse me. Rings off the pipe. Best friend for Borodkin here on this power play. Flanagan knocks away the pass attempt. Cox saucering one to the near point for Miettinen. Miettinen down low for Keller. Keller taking his time and space, goes to the far side, sends one across for Miettinen. Back to the top of the point, Kuznetsov. Keller's one-time drive off the glove and out by Borodkin. Miettinen will begin the charge with another 40 seconds to go on the Pikarczyk minor for hooking. Keller over the blue line, look to drop it off for Bartlett briefly. Thornton and Lucchese finally able to complete the task. Inside a minute to play here in period number 1, our Republic Finance first period. Siolik on the far side gives it away to Carter Thornton. Thornton dangerously goes through the middle and banks it out ahead of Lucchese. Does the job to complete the clear. Now, quick chance in front for Thornton is gobbled up by Coffey, and he'll hold for a whistle and a face-off with 25 seconds to go. Pikarczyk will be released in 2 seconds or so. Breakers looking for one of those devastating for the opponent late goals here in period 1. Try and cut the deficit in half before they head to the room. Hansen and Alexanian will take the draw, and it's sent immediately on goal and turned away by Coffey. Shots 8-7 Zydeco. Spinelli blows a tire, hitting the brakes hard. It's flipped up ahead of Hansen, inside 10 seconds to play. In period number 1, Zydeco will likely skate this out. It'll be dumped in deep where Spinelli will hold it for the final couple seconds, and that will do it for period number 1. Zydeco with both marks that count.
Let's hear it for your Breakers.
They lead it 2-0 as we head into our first intermission. We'll be back in about 18 minutes for period 2. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Breakers TV.
Devin Dobeck, joined by head coach and general manager of the Biloxi Breakers, Charlie Penz Jr., for an exclusive Breaker Banter special interview. Coach, welcome back to the panel. Good to have you.
What's up, Dev?
So, Coach, we're going to be talking a lot about the off-ice and everything that's been going on, all the good. So let's dive right in. Speaking of sponsors, we're right here at the Hard Rock in Biloxi, one of our biggest sponsors. They've been a huge support to us all season long, but the sponsors have been a driving force keeping this organization headed in a positive direction.
Yeah, it's been it was one of the the top things that we tried to instill at the beginning of the year in the summer was to get some great sponsors in, and we've done that, and we've we really appreciate everything that all the sponsors have done for us, and we're still looking to add some more, but filling the board ads was a big thing for us, and that's one measure of success in minor hockey or minor pro hockey is filling the ads and commercials, I think we're doing very well for a first-year team.
Yeah, I mean, you look around the boards at the Coast Coliseum, everything is completely wrapped. There's, as you said, a full slate of commercials each and every night. We've got wonderful venues that have been hosting things for us, but that goes a lot because of all the effort that was put in over the summer. You began to pinball from Clearwater to Biloxi around the July time, maybe even June, and you've really started to build this thing with the help of our front office, and we'll get into them in a bit. But just talk about the off season heading into the season and all of your efforts to make sure that this organization would be prepared financially for this season.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be mostly, Nate Gosline does a great job. Obviously, we both know Nate in the office. Laney forehand did a great job this summer, and obviously Devin, you did a great job this summer getting all those commercials ready. And I just, I kind of just make sure that all of the items that we need are done and completed, and ordering board ads and making sure that we have the commercials. Obviously, you're a big part of that too, and we have a great group on the business side of everything, and our office in Gulfport is a fun place to be in the summertime, as you know.
Well, also, we've got a great front office staff, but let's talk about the ownership group for a moment. Chris Briniarski, his wife Jen, Don Lewis. There's been a lot of people that have stepped up throughout the offseason and had good lines of communication with us to make sure everything's going. But what has a nice, positive ownership group meant just for you?
Well, yeah, coming from Watertown, it was a little bit of a mixed bag, I guess you'd say, and Chris has been unbelievable this year, and he's always there for a phone call. Jen, same thing. They're very supportive of us. If we ever need anything, they're there for us. Same with Donnie Lewis. I talk to him, a few times a week. As things have progressed through the season, the communication has gone down a little bit, and it's a good thing. I don't want to hear from the owners all the time. That probably means we're not doing the right things here. So it's been great though. They've given me the leeway to do what we need, and specialty jerseys and different things. So yeah, it's been awesome working for them, and yeah, can't speak highly enough of them.
So originally you were going to come here just to be the head coach of the team, and ultimately you evolved into the general manager role. Can you take us through kind of the organic nature of how that came to be, and just what the role means to you and what you do with it?
Yeah, so they hired me in June, I believe, to be the head coach here, and just basically do roster management stuff, and try and bring turn the team around from what it was last year. And I think in August they flew me out here and kind of wanted me to take a look at the operation side and see where we could improve, get better sponsors, get more sponsors, try and get some more money in the bank accounts before the season started, because as we all know that basically had 6 home games and 17 away games. It's a very heavy schedule on the road the beginning of the year, so that costs money. The travel costs money, everything costs money. So yeah, it was I was a general manager in Watertown, so that was kind of an easy transition for me to do it here. I pretty much told them at the beginning that I only wanted to coach, but it's been great. I do enjoy doing operations and that side of everything too. So yeah, it just kind of came organically, and it's been working out.
One of the biggest changes from your time in Watertown to your time here is, of course, the size of the venue you're playing in. Watertown, a capacity of roughly 1,500, correct me if I'm wrong, and you
Roughly.
come to the Coast Coliseum, it's about 9,000, and we're looking to fill it each and every night. But speaking about the Coliseum for a moment, even putting the venue aside, but you like to talk about the people and the people working there. How's your relationship been, touching base with the powers that be within the Coliseum?
Yeah, we have obviously a huge arena compared to Watertown. It's I went basically from the smallest arena in the league to the biggest arena in the league. So that side of it is, there's a lot of things that go into having a game at the Coliseum. There's a lot of staff meetings we had this summer with them. Reference to everything from VIP passes to season tickets and how we print tickets, the box office. I mean, it's a pretty big operation, obviously. So Michelle has been great. Matt's been great. Caitlin over there has been great. So, I think that I think they also see the improvement from last year. We have an open line of communication. So, if there's ever anything that arises, it usually gets handled during the week. And yeah, I have nothing negative to say about the Coliseum. They've been great to us so far, and keep that going.
And I'm sure that they're also thrilled because of having a record number of season ticket holders for hockey there. So not only are you the tenant in their venue, but you're bringing in bodies, and the season ticket holders have been outstanding and unbelievable this season. But what do you attribute that to? Is that everything that was going on in the off season, or is that the excitement around the team and the new organization? But take us through that for a bit.
I think right now we're at a steady pace north, and what we did this summer, obviously, on the management side, was we front-loaded the Coliseum with all of our season tickets to make sure that we had our lease paid, this season, pretty early on in the season too. So writing them a check early on, I'm sure that was pretty nice for them, knowing that they were definitely going to have a season here, and so as far as the season ticket holders go, I know we've got some here tonight, and I think that Mississippi needs hockey. Mississippi, enjoys hockey. I know the fans down here are awesome, and they love showing up to games and ringing their cowbells and getting excited. I mean, we have a team this year that's been pretty, rough and tumble. We've had a few brawls and a few fights, and I know the people down here love that. So it does happen organically. We don't try and do that on purpose. It's not fabricated, but when you play a team like Monroe like 9 times in a row, that's obviously going to happen, and I think the fans respond well to that. And we've had great home games so far. So we've had really close games. We've had some overtime games. So it's just, I think they're very exciting games so far that we've had, and I think they respond well to that.
Yeah, there are some unbelievable fans. Our season ticket holders have been incredible, but there is some negativity out there. So how do you kind of keep your head down and steer clear of all that stuff, no matter what's going on, and more direct people to support the team as opposed to all the negative?
There's always going to be a Monday morning quarterback. It doesn't matter who. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's football, hockey, baseball. It's easy to criticize. It's very hard to support. Especially with social media now. So it doesn't bother me personally at all. I honestly, it just rolls off my back. It's basically, people are going to say what they're going to say, and it fuels me a little bit actually to see stuff like that. And it's obviously brought up to me sometimes on these uncensored and fan pages that they said this or said that, and it's like, all right, they don't actually know what's going on behind closed doors or at our office, or so it doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, no, I think we have a great group here of fans and supporters. So just get on socials, have fun, come to the games, chirp the other team. That's how you can support us, and say something nice every once in a while.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back ahead of our Aaron's second period. My name's Devin Novak along with you. Let's take a look at our intermission summary here through the opening 20 minutes. Zydeco got on the board first. It was Tyler Larwood with his third of the season at 4:01 to make it 1-0. Then on the power play at 12:14, Nick Katola makes it 2-0 with his fourth of the year. Ed Coffey stopped all 7 shots he faced. Borotkin stopping 6 out of 8. Now let's move into our intermission numbers. In our first intermission, Zydeco lead at 2-0, as I mentioned. Shots 8-7 also in favor of the Zydeco. They out with a power play goal, 1 for 2. Breakers 0 for 1. Penalty minutes 4 for Biloxi and 2 for Baton Rouge. The teams have hit the ice and we're ready to go here in our Aaron's second period. 20 more miles on the clock here as the teams will send out their opening lines to kick off the middle frame. Not a whole lot of physicality in period 1. You can imagine Charlie Penn's fired up his group to have them out and banging some bodies here in the middle frame. Breakers go from right to left now. And the Zydeco from left to right. Mitch Arbaugh firing up the fans here as we're underway in period 2. Rosenbaum up the wall. And now it comes through for Heath Ford. Ford below the end line. Sends it back to the near side past Kuznetsov. Cut off by Charbonneau. And now Leonard giving it on over to Charbonneau. Leonard back with it. Holding and shooting one. And it goes wide. Rosenbaum looking for Leonard. Leonard peels it out of the corner and takes a shot up high from Ford. Tim Payne wheeling one backhanded in the direction of Infantino. Centering feed. Charbonneau had his stick tied up down in the slot area. Now Leonard on over looking towards the point for Infantino, but he had his stick lifted. And then Infantino behind the play tips over Matcham, and the referee caught it a little late. It's going to be an interference against Infantino, and the Breakers will head back to the Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. As Infantino taking out some frustrations after the stick lift. Referees are going to catch that 9 times out of 10. Almost got away with it, and then finally a little bit of a delayed call, but the right one. So another Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Zydeco are 1 for 2 on the evening, as it's misplayed by Keller on the far point. Kitola in the neutral zone, chips it ahead, and it bleeds through Fisher all the way back to the Zydeco end. Keller bumped into by Fisher. Gets by Thornton on over to Austin Weber, who turns and pivots the other way. Weber's pass through to Kitola. Kitola. Bondi locks up a man down in the corner. 5-man scrum, 3 white uniforms. It swung back around. And now another little bit of pushing and shoving around the blue line. Keller sending it back for Kitola, up to Austin Weber. Weber chipping it ahead for Alexanian, dragged it through the defender. Forehand finish won't go. And now on the doorstep, Bartlett might have caught the far post as it caroms away. Spinelli able to complete the task and go out for a change. About 2 minutes gone by here in our middle frame. Beginning the charge is Keller. Crazy seeing him without that blonde hair flowing out the back. Kitola motoring up the far side wall, goes around Rosenbaum, shielding the puck with his body. Kitola all the way around the merry-go-round he goes. Top of the key, shooting one, and no traffic in front of Borodkin. He's able to track it down and hold on to it for another whistle and face-off. 17:48 left to go in the second, and another 37 seconds on the minor to Infantino. On the ensuing draw, it's won by the Breakers and quickly sent out of the zone. First one there to collect it is Kim Miettinen. Miettinen had a 3-assist game against the Breakers back on November the 28th. Far side feed is steered back to Miettinen. Good entry by Kuznetsov, waiting at the blue line for the pass. Sent around, Rosenbaum glides it through a defender, and now Lucchese, shorthanded, will lead a 2-on-2 charge. Looking ahead for Hansen. Pass cut off, stolen away by Lucchese. Top of the circle shot. Goes over Coffey and wide. Hansen with a nice hit over on the far side, then takes down Hunter, or rather that was Lucchese who took down Alden. Payne shooting one. Knocked down in front by Miettinen, and it pinballs around to the far corner. Over 3 minutes gone by here. Tyler Larwood loses a battle to Charbonneau. Charbonneau in the corner. Back to Gretzky's office where Infantino got locked up. Now another turnover in the offensive zone. Finds its way to Miettinen. Will go out for a change as Kuznetsov will allow the Zydeco to get a full change on the dump in. 16.5 minutes to go here, period number 2. Matcham swats it away from Fabian Leonard in the offensive zone. Ciolik giving it back to Matcham. Sent across for Bartlett. Bartlett chipping one ahead. That's knocked down for a moment by Fisher and finally chipped in deep. Bartlett soccering one down into the corner. He'll run Spinelli into the wall. Fisher couldn't shoot it out of the zone. Charbonneau guiding it in the direction of Fabian Leonard. It was cut off. Spinelli backhanding one up the wall to Charbonneau. Shoulder-to-shoulder check by Alexanian. Now Fisher over the blue line. Got hit up high, pleading with the official for a call as Coffey awkwardly plays it back below the end line. Alexanian shooting one up the wall. Nobody saw Bartlett standing by the official. He fakes the slap shot attempt, creates some space against Bondi, and his backhand pass cut off by Davidson. Another good hit by Fisher on the Grant Bondi. Bondi's been throwing his weight around here in period number 2. Nice move by Declan Flanagan, motoring through the logo at center. Shoots one in off the pad of Coffey. Fisher couldn't hold it at the blue line. Bondi takes the loose change and flips it back to Fisher. Fisher, strong backhand pass to Bondi. Bondi to the tape of Pikarczyk. Keller disrupted the play, and it comes back through to Bondi. Bondi will shoot it in. 5 minutes gone by here as Davidson runs his man into the wall, and Heath Ford stepping up was Payne, and now a 3-on-1 for the Zydeco the other way. Kitola across for Keller, back Kitola. Borodkin read it well. What a big save by Borodkin. Made that look way easier than it was. Bank pass now, Nerlam, 1-on-1 the other way. Nerlam shoots. And right off the chest protector of Coffee. To my left is Brian Flores, the voice of the Zydeco. He certainly couldn't believe the 3-on-1 was denied. A great save by Borodkin. Keller's next shot goes way up and into the seats. Souvenir for one of the people that used to cheer for him. As we head into our next media timeout, we'll take it. Still 2-0 Zydeco. Back in a flash.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Back here in our Aaron's second period, crowd trying to get into it here. They make some noise meters on the Jumbotron. Mitch Arbaugh doing what he can on the PA system to get everybody going. As Hansen able to nudge the draw back on over to Tim Payne. Payne, who had a scoring opportunity moments ago. Hansen in the direction of Nerland, who would have been in all alone. Had his pass deflect back to the defender. Larwood into the glove of Larwood off of Hansen's blade, and another whistle at the 14:04 mark. Shots are 12-10 in favor of the Zydeco in the period, 4-3 Zydeco. Still no goals on the sheet in our middle chapter between these two squads, battling for the 5th of 12 matchups between the two. Next time they will see each other won't be until February, with a one-game set on February 7th here in Biloxi. So 2 valuable games, 6 valuable points on the line in that Continental Division. Breakers trying to compose a comeback. Here's Payne walking in, shooting one. Turned away by Coffee. Now Payne shooting it back down low. It goes off the official, in off the post by Infantino. Infantino surprised the netminder and just got denied by the blue post. Just 1 goal in the season for Infantino. Almost made it 2 there. But the post says no. Cross ice feed to Spinelli. Top of the circle, shoots, and a big blocker save made by Coffee. Leonard battling down low with Kuznetsov. Spinelli steps up to keep the possession alive. Leonard battling with Kuznetsov. Another couple bodies come in to help the efforts for their respective clubs. And it comes all the way back out where Spinner will reset. Good hit, 2-on-1 developing for the Zydeco. Kuznetsov looking back for Larwood, and Rosenbaum got a boot on it to knock away the dangerous opportunity. Ciolik hits the brakes. Now a stick battle down below the end line. Larwood inside the blue paint shoots one, and it's deflected up and into the air here at the Coliseum. Leonard, 2-on-1 developing with Infantino and Leonard. Back to Leonard. Leonard, Infantino shooting one, and it's held by Ed Coffey. Looked like a little too much fumbling on that 2-on-1 chance that time for the Breakers. Just couldn't settle the bouncing puck, and it's one of the most frustrating things in the game when that puck is just on edge and you can't get it flat to slide it on over and complete the 2-on-1. Breakers will turn the page on that one and get ready for another offensive zone draw here, 12:28 remaining. It looks like Dmitry Kuznetsov was just given 2 minutes. Not sure what the call was. We'll find out momentarily. But he's booked, and so the Breakers will head back to the walk-ons power play. Face-off is tied up. And sent all the way back down to Borodkin's end.
On the Zydeco. Too many men on the ice.
Too many men is the official ruling. Kuznetsov the one serving it.
That's too many men being served by
Payne will shoot it down low. Fisher in a race with Katola. Katola bumps it back to Alden, who's able to send it the 200 feet. Inside 12 minutes to go. Flanagan back on over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk stepped on it down in the corner, and now we'll begin the breakout to Nerland. Nerland, backhand drop pass for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk couldn't split the defenders, and Durena able to chip it back on out. Good clear for the Zydeco. They'll get a fresh leg with Alden boating his way on over to the bench. Keller, Cowboys over the wall, back into the play, and gets a quick clear out on the kill. 11:20 to go here in period number 2. Nerland for Davidson. Davidson across the blue line. Hits the brakes, waits for some help from his D partners, and Spinelli a little late on the entry. Couldn't glove it down. Flanagan now battling with Keller. Keller takes it away in all alone. Flanagan comes back and tips over Keller. And now it's a holding call coming against Declan Flanagan here with 11:01. Former teammates, now adversaries. And Keller just basically ripped down a good penalty by Flanagan to take to negate the breakaway opportunity, but he also spoils the walk-ons power play. Second time the Breakers have taken a penalty while a man up, and they've had 2 power play opportunities, so not the stats you're looking at here. We'll get prepared ahead of time for the Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Charbonneau on the draw, 4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds before the Zydeco open up their third power play opportunity. They're 1 for 2 on the night. Spinelli through the logo at center. Sends it across. Now Rosenbaum carrying it in over the line. Opens up the twig and gets a shot away in on Coffey, who's able to punt it out to the corner. Zydeco averaging just 2.5 goals per game. They're 1 away from surpassing that total here around the midway point of the second. About halfway home in the hockey game, regulation time. Matcham into the zone, shoots one. Borodkin almost got caught a little out of position. That could have been trouble. Charbonneau motoring up the far side, short-handed now. And cut off by Miettinen. Alexanian. Cross-ice feed for a one-timer. Nice save on Kuznetsov's drive by Borodkin. Now Alden had a high-scoring area out in front. Knocked down by Tim Payne. Tim Payne's been such a great addition for the Breakers on that back end. Charbonneau able to win the possession, and he's able to bang it off of Miettinen and out. Next whistle will be our 5th media timeout of the game, 2nd of the period. Stretch pass for Larwood. Larwood door-to-door with him is Rosenbaum. Now Larwood creating some speed, goes to the far side, drops it back. Borodkin lost his twig, and Rosenbaum able to clear it out. Fisher's going to win this race, but Coffey comes out to play it. Shipped into the neutral zone. Spinelli stop and go to try and catch up to the loose puck. Lucchese gets it to Rosenbaum, who is finally able to clear it. That will wind out the remaining seconds you'd have to think of the penalty clock. Flanagan will get back out there. As Coffey indicating that with the paddle of his stick banging down on the left end of the ice. Now in front, Larwood, backhander goes wide. The rebound forced on goal by Kuznetsov and held. 8:53 to go, still 2-0 Zydeco. A couple good opportunities on that man advantage. Takes us into our next media timeout. Back in a splash.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logos stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Puck is dropped here inside 9 minutes to go. Zydeco lead in shots 17-13 and 2-0 on the scoreboard. Thornton couldn't force it out of the zone. Keller takes it away and sends it back to his defensive partners. Katola chipping it ahead. Bunted into the zone by Madyarov. Hansen takes a hit from his former teammate Keller. Keller in Biloxi played 59 games between the Seawolves and the Breakers, 9 of those in Biloxi with the Breakers. The other 50 with the Seawolves last season where he had 21 points. Borodkin way out of his crease, able to cut down the angle and make a save. Keller ladles it down low for Madyarov. Centering feed was blind as Keller darting through the middle. Got tripped up and Borodkin's able to squeeze it. In the period, the shots are 10-6 in favor of Baton Rouge. Breakers looking for some positives here in the middle frame. Haven't had much pressure down on Ed Coffey. They had the Infantino post, but other than that, not a whole lot doing. 8:06 remaining here in period number 2. Won by the Zydeco. Quickly it's sent up and out of play. A mile-high daiquiri puck out of play at the 8:03 mark. And we'll do it once again back from where we started. Josh Law in the house tonight, the former public address announcer of the Mississippi Seawolves and now the public address announcer of the Florida Everblades. But in the house, up in the booth, always good to have Josh around. He still does so much to help hockey here in Biloxi despite not formally being a part of the staff. Can't express enough how much it means to still have him around, and happy that he's here tonight. As there's a bad-looking hit down in the corner. Breakers take it away. Fisher battling with Matcham. And now some more pushing and shoving between Flanagan and Larwood behind the play. Turned over. Davidson didn't have a handle on it. Comes through, and a quick shot will be held by Borodkin once again. And now some more pushing and shoving. Flanagan wants to have a word with Larwood. Both teams will make wholesale changes, get 5 fresh legs aside out there. For the Breakers, they go with Charbonneau, Nerland, and Infantino, with Bondi and Spinelli the pairing. Zydeco, Alden, along with Alexanian, Kuznetsov, Garrett Johnson, and Kim Mietinen. Yes, Garrett Johnson, a member of the Zydeco, sharing a name with the Breakers goaltender, of course, not active on the bench tonight. Rosenzweig is on the bench. Weber, cross ice for Alexanian. One-on-one. His gap closed off by Bondi with a nice hit to break the puck free. Nerland had a little trouble handling it. Spinelli pulls it back to his forehand. Maneuvers through a couple. Zydeco. 1, 2, 3. Here comes 55. His quick shot whizzes by Coffey on the glove side and eventually will be chipped out. Bondi, one-touch pass out of the reach of Nerland, but gets it in the offensive zone where Johnson steers it back for Mietinen. Mietinen curling away from Infantino, sends one through a dangerous area of the ice. Nerland fake the shot, it comes out to the point. Rosenbaum goes left while the defenders go the opposite way, and his shot knocked down. Poked away for a moment by Rosenbaum, and now Kuznetsov back with it. About 6:20 to go here, period number 2, as we get another whistle and a face-off for a Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Casino icing. Entertaining night of hockey thus far. Never gave you the officials. The referees are Jesse Burns and Bob Langdon. Jonathan DeSallier and Gary Glassman are the linesmen. Try and take you around the FPHL momentarily here. Petey has come back to tie it with Athens 3-3 in South Carolina. And Florence, backhander goes off the post on the doorstep by Lucchese. What a save made by Coffey, and now more pushing and shoving. Miettinen takes a cross check from Lucchese, and now here come a little bit of pushing and shoving. Someone's bucket's on the ground. It's a guy in white. As Thornton grabbing a hold of Miettinen, pulls him out to the blue line. Lucchese still going through the officials, ragdolling a man down low. Officials taking both the linesmen to separate these two, still brawling out on the ground. And finally being peeled out of there is Austin Weber, a guy who is more than capable of getting under the opponent's skin. And now Lucchese will be escorted to the bench. We'll see if they rule this a fight or roughing. Lucchese grabs hold of Alexanian. Thornton still in a bear hug with the official. All kinds of chaos here in the back half of this hockey game. Now Miettinen picking up all the debris on the ice as a couple breakers will go to the box. Lucchese has his tuxedo intact as he's booked. You'd imagine that Lucchese's going to get an extra penalty of some kind for continuing the altercation through the officials, so expect the breakers to go shorthanded here momentarily. But nice to see some fight from Lucchese, who hasn't had a formal fight this season but has been at the heart of a lot of physical play. Infantino and Larwood will await the referee's decision. We'll step aside for a word from Matt Bowers.
When you think Nissan, or is Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Back here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, my name's Devin Dobeck with you. Referees still sorting some things out. 6 minutes and 12 seconds remaining on the clock. Shots are 20-13 Zydeco. Still nothing has been added to the scoreboard here. But as I mentioned, it looked like Lucchese was in it a little more than Austin Weber was, and that might lead to a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Skating over to the near side is Colton Wyzak. You'd have to imagine he will be serving the extra time for Lucchese. We'll stand by here as they're coming up with an official ruling. Still nothing on the board. Not a whole lot going on between the benches. No hooting and hollering between Chad Bailey and Charlie Penns. Heath Ford heading to the bench, just bumped Declan Flanagan. Tensions beginning to heat up here between these two clubs. Lucchese given an extra 2 minutes officially. So it'll be a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Back underway. Zydeco controlled the zone off the ensuing draw. Snapped across to the near side for Kitola, back up top for Keller. Keller getting a lot of time on this power play. Someone went down. It looks to be a little bit more pushing and shoving between Bartlett and Flanagan, former Watertown Wolves teammates. not getting along. It's an unsportsmanlike penalty officially to Lucchese. Centering pass is taken down the length of the ice by Pikarczyk. Entertaining affair. Things getting going here in the second period. Breakers still have nothing to show on the scoreboard, though. That more than subject to change. Kuznetsov peeling it off the sidewall, drops it back for Matcham. 6th place in the Continental Division on the line here between these two teams, separated by a point. The winner will hold that spot. Still plenty of time left in this FPHL season. Another 35 games or so. Drop pass to Larwood. Larwood coiling away from the pressure. Inside 5 minutes to go. With room, another quick shot pass. Larwood was lurking on the near side post, and it goes awry. Cox back over to Kuznetsov, and a diving effort by Carter Thornton is able to force the clear. 25 seconds left on the penalty being served by Colton Wyzak. Assessed to Brandon Lucchese. Cox shooting one. Juicy rebound off of Borodkin, but Rosenbaum's able to come in and take out the trash. Out at the point, here's Matcham again. Matcham thought about the shot. Now Cox gets it back. Given across, and now a good pass block by Payne. Out at the point, Matcham once more. On over to Kuznetsov. That will do it for the Lucchese minor as he returns to the action. And we'll head into another media timeout. 4:10 to go here in period number 2. Still 2-0 Zydeco.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
.10 left to go, period number 2. Even strength hockey once again. Lucchese serving a little bit of extra time for the unsportsmanlike. Around the league, Petey has jumped in front of Athens after trailing 3-1 at home. They now lead at 4-3 in the third period. Danbury and Port Huron had their matchup canceled. That reason is beyond me for now. I'm sure I could do a little research to find out in the intermission. Charbonneau carrying it in, drops it back Nerland through the legs. Nerland, another tweener shot in and held by Ed Coffey at the 3:55 mark. Binghamton leads Watertown 5-2. They've been an absolute tear to start their cup defense. Columbus, after trailing 1-0 at home, has made it 2-1 in the third period against the Twin City Thunderbirds. And finally, Monroe leads Topeka 2-0 on the road in Kansas in the second period. On the ensuing draw, it's won by the Zydeco. Stretch pass for Bartlett. He's able to establish the line and send one back into the boots of Alden. Alden fighting to get it back for Alexanian. He's able to win the possession back and keep it alive. Then gives it right back to Charbonneau. Charbonneau beginning the 3-on-3 charge up the ice. Gets run into the wall by Miettinen. Out at the point, glove down and sent in by Spinelli. On over to Hansen, who finds Charbonneau. Charbonneau looking to go to the goal. And it caroms back out to Payne. Payne's shot through traffic, saved by Coffey. Now Payne, another quick look. That one never got through on goal. And it will be now held and flipped out by Alden. Drops down ahead of Ross Bartlett. Spinelli battling to win the possession back away from Alexanian. Inside 3 minutes to go. Pass goes all the way down so the breakers can change. Everybody but Payne will hop off, and Nerland kept alive by Pikarczyk. Can't slither by Hunter Alden on the near side, and now a breakout begins for the Zydeco. Slap shot by Kuznetsov as Matcham ran right through into Borodkin. We play on despite all the chaos. Sent in on Coffee. He will throw a glove on it and cover at the 2:28 mark. We'll have another whistle and a face-off. Nice to see both Borodkin and Matcham back up on their feet here. Breaker Nation still waiting for something to cheer about here in the closing moments of period 2. Another 148 seconds on the clock before we turn the chapter to period 3. Danger, the MC inside the Coast Coliseum, trying to fire up the Breaker fans here. Cox backhanding one dangerously across the blue line to Ciolik. Ciolik over the line, holding, coasting around Declan Flanagan. Out at the point, on over to Kuznetsov. Snap pass to Larwood. Larwood mishandled it for a moment, wheels it down to Cox, who gives it away to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk couldn't handle it. And it's given back to Matcham. Matcham at the dot shoots one, and it deflects way up and out of play for another mile-high daiquiri puck out of play. Shots 24-19, Baton Rouge. Ed Coffey's been sharp. He earned a win against the Breakers back at the end of November and has stopped all 19 shots he's faced playing in the former building he used to call home. Was a member of the Seawolves, and his rights were retained by Biloxi. He was traded to the Twin City Thunderbirds in the offseason. Didn't work out there, and he wound up signing with the Baton Rouge Zydeco and is starting to make a nice little name for himself with 2 of their 3 wins early on in the season. Ford gives it away to Spinelli. Spinelli shoots it off of Thornton, and now Davidson got a shot away. That will warrant a little pushing and shoving by Ford, and now everybody converges to make sure they're not missing out on any of the fun. If last weekend taught people anything, it's not to shoot the puck on a delayed offside or as the horn's sounding. Of course, Lucas Pikarczyk will be the advocate for that. But crazy that he's able to take the puck to the face and be back playing not only in that same game, but here tonight. Or rather, not only here tonight, but in that same game. Absolute warrior out there for the Breakers. 18 points for Pikarczyk on the season. Davidson converges with Ford, and now it comes back to Spinelli. He will settle things down, closing in on 1 minute left to play in period number 2. Heath Ford banged into the wall by Trey Fisher. Thornton, a good forecheck, almost won it back. Now finally is able to dig it out of trouble. Tips over a man. Thornton giving it to Fisher. Fisher through the high slot, shoots one, and that missed everything. Whizzing by the glove side of Coffey. There's a member of the Zydeco down on the far side. That's Ross Bartlett. He's finally back up to his feet and slowly skates off to the bench. Charbonneau off of his tape, able to get it in deep so some of the Breakers can change. Now a snap pass up the wall to Blake Keller. Keller enters the zone. On the near side, we'll wheel around Tim Payne. Had it speared away for a moment, able to collect the possession back once more. Now Payne finally wins it away from him. Keller might have got away with a cross check in the far corner. Keller now fanned on the pass attempt. Shook Nerland inadvertently, and now with about 3 more seconds to go, that will bleed out the remaining seconds and do it for period 2. The score the same as when we started period 2, 2-0 Zydeco. We'll head into our second intermission report presented by Coastal Prince and be back in about 18 short minutes for our recap and analysis. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Breakers TV.
Yeah, no, but it is a great group of fans. But I think the thing that is continuing to go, as you said, very steady, is trying to grow that fan base. So going forward, looking to have a team here for multiple more seasons until the end of time, in theory, what is your plan to continue to grow that fan base, to interact and engage with the community and things of that nature?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you do follow our social media, you'll see that we are out in the community 3 or 4 times a week. We're doing 5Ks. We're sending our mascot everywhere. I think what's going to be really important for us is to build a strong relationship with the Shuckers. Honestly, I think we need to really hone in on that this summer, this spring and summer, and kind of see what they do and really build something that that gives people here 12 months a year to do something. You obviously can go to Shuckers games all summer, and then we would like you at the Coliseum during the wintertime. So just getting out the community. I know we're doing Breaking Barriers this Sunday. We have another large group of kids that are coming in on Friday, a church group that we're donating our tickets to those guys to get them in. So anything that we can do to help the community, we're doing right now. And it's, if you have someone that if you're watching locally and you have a school that you want us to visit, just let us know, and we normally answer, right? I mean, on the Facebook and stuff, we answer everybody, and we usually show up. So
yeah, reach out to our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram. We also have a TikTok, so give that a follow, Biloxi Breakers Pro Hockey. There's some cool and entertaining content going on there. It's starting to make us realize that maybe we don't have the brightest group on paper, because we keep asking them questions, and they're a little all over the place, but that's hockey players for you, and it's just been an absolute blast to get to know those guys and put them out on social media.
The one today was hilarious. I scrolled up on that, and you got Garrett explaining this rabbit or whatever that was, and then you got Anton, I would be lying or something like that. It cracked me up. Devin, great job on that, by the way.
Thank you. It is awesome. They're sometimes a little reluctant. They don't love the screen time. It's a very humble group, so they don't love the screen time. But once I'm finally able to get them all to do it, which is like pulling teeth, we get some good results, and it's great for the fans. But we're wrapping up here. Of course, it takes a village to make this thing work here. And there's a lot of great volunteers around the Coliseum, both their staff and our volunteers that we brought in, our off-ice officials, our whole upper deck IT and media team up there. Just what do you have to say as I guess, some gratitudes for those people making all these efforts work on game days and things?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're super grateful for everyone that helps us out, and we have a staff party tomorrow. Obviously, you're invited, right? So right here at the Sugar Factory at the Hard Rock. So we're trying to give back to our volunteers and our staff tomorrow with a nice meal, and I'm super grateful for anyone that spends their time and effort to help us out or help the players out. Like I said, we have a lot of people that are here tonight that help out our players a ton, and just super grateful. Just it's been a very nice community to be a part of so far in the last few months I've been here. So I think we have a top-notch office, obviously, and then we have a top-notch crew that works the games, and I'm super grateful. Everything really fell together very well. Coming into the fall, because I know this summer as we were getting things ready, I have the board in the office that's 10 feet tall, and we had so many things that we had to get done, and everything has really come together very well, and I'm super thankful for that.
A couple people who we haven't mentioned, who I'm sure you'd like to touch on a little bit, is your assistant coach, our head strength and conditioning coach, Brett Riley, who's been on the bench with you, as well as the equipment manager, Mikey Roy. So what do those guys add to your repertoire, and how have they aided you this season?
Well, as we both know, Mikey adds a lot of comedy to the room. Today, just in the locker room, that guy he's something else. But Brett Riley has been unreal for us. He's got the guys in Club for Fitness every day, and really I think adding something to the team that other teams don't have. Most teams don't have a head strength and conditioning coach, and obviously Brett and I played together 15 years ago. You know, Brett has SPHL experience, so it, you know, talking to him this summer, knowing that he was available to come down here with him, you know, with his family was definitely, you know, an added bonus for us. And, you know, he keeps me somewhat sane on the bench when we're playing. And, yeah, he's just, you know, Brett and I are good friends, and we have been for a long time, so it's been great. And obviously Mikey, you know, we had to get him down here from Watertown. I've been with Mikey for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, 4 years. So he's the best skate sharpener in the league by far. Has he done a podcast yet?
No, I keep trying to ask him if he'll do one, and then I get I don't know. He's probably up to something else. But, yeah, no, we have to get him on here for sure. He's got a lot of stories to tell. That's one thing for sure.
Do you have, like, one of those sensor buttons?
Yeah, we'd have to in real time definitely have a sensor button. He's got a fresh handlebar mustache, too, so you'll all be seeing that at the home game Friday night, December 19th, Ugly Sweater Night. Speaking of which, home games. We've only played 6 this season out of 28, so that means you got 22 more on tap, and 19 of them in 2026. And once the months start to get into around February, the strength of schedule drops a lot. So having all those home games in the back half, speaking hockey, how are things going to trend in the right direction with a chance to really open this team up and make some improvements?
Well, I mean, I think the strength of schedule at the beginning of the year has been extremely difficult. I don't know if any other teams have played Monroe that many times. I don't know if any teams have played Athens as many times as we've played Monroe. So, I mean, obviously, they're a very good team. You know, they're spending a lot of money, I guess we'll say, and they've got a very experienced team there. So. Only being 5 points behind Carolina right now is ideal, I think, for us, and it gives us a huge window to catch up and make a playoff spot, make a run in the second half, especially having all the home games. I mean, it's difficult being on the road as much as we've been. You know, the first 2 weeks or first 10 days, 15 days, we were on the road for training camp also. So that's something that, you know, a lot of the people don't know, a lot of the fans don't know, that these guys were in a hotel for 2 full weeks just to start the season, just to get acclimated to this area. So, yeah, the second half is wide open for us, and you know, that's kind of what we're looking forward to. And you know, those games we have to play, you know, Baton Rouge, Topeka, Carolina, you know, yeah, Blue Ridge, obviously, looking forward to that one. You know, we're really gonna have to capitalize on those games, and like I said, they kind of left it wide open for us, only being 5 points behind. You know, it's 2 wins. So.
And PD's starting to crumble too. We don't have them this year, but it's another team that's starting to really fall out of that top 3 spot. It's very solidified where it's at right now, but still plenty of season left, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I would rather, I know I've said this before, but I would rather us, you know, start to peak in February. We're also dealing with a ton of injuries right now. You know, we had 11 healthy guys on the weekend, you know, playing against one of the top teams. So, you know, it's a grind, and this is the type of year that you know, it's just going that way where we have some injuries. But like I said, I wouldn't want to be a team that's peaking at the beginning of the season or starting hot and now you're 500. You know, so I'd rather start heating up on the second half, and our schedule is allowing that also. So, you know, it's something that we you know, we need to strive for a playoff spot right now.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I believe the 3rd week of March, 3 games out in Winston-Salem against the Twin City Thunderbirds. That is an 18-point swing if someone sweeps one way or the other. So those could be pivotal, almost playoff-like games coming up in the back half. But, Coach, I'll leave you with one more question. So this group, obviously, it's been a tough time as of late, but why are they the guys to be able to turn this thing around under your leadership and make a playoff push coming up in 2026?
Well, we have great guys in the room. We have a great room. We have a lot of leadership. We have a lot of guys that have played in this league, have played a lot of games. So, I mean, they know what it takes to win games. And, you know, Fabian Leonard over here, and we got guys like Trey Fisher, and, you know, he's here also. It's just, you know, we've got a lot of heart. We've got a lot of heart in there. You know, the wins haven't come very easily at the beginning of the year, but, you know, that's why we play a full season. That's why you don't only play, you know, 17 games. You play 56. So, It's going to come down to the wire for us. But I mean, like you said, an 18-point weekend. I'm getting goosebumps right now. We have a great room. Like, we have the guys that I really believe in, like I trust in, and obviously we're always trying to improve the roster. But I'm on the ice with these guys every day. I know what they can do. It's a matter of putting all the pieces together and really capitalizing on those games that we need to win.
14 total losses, but I think what often goes overlooked is 10 or 11 of those are to Monroe and Columbus, who are two top 3 teams, established teams who've played together or are investing a lot into their teams. So, and not that Biloxi isn't, it's just more from the ground up. It's a new era, it's a rebrand time, and you had to bring in all these guys. There was no one really lingering around from the Seawolves organization. They only had 11 wins last year. Biloxi already at 5, on pace to snap that pretty handily. But 2026 will be the year that it's going to turn around. As we mentioned, strength of schedule drops, roster's going to improve, it's going to get better. So we're really looking forward to heading into 2026. But Coach, any final thoughts?
No, I just thankful for everybody. Thank you for doing this every week. Dev, you're the man. I think you're the number 1 guy in the league as broadcaster. And I love watching the games back. And we're just really happy to be here and thankful for everybody and everyone's help that's helped us out this year so far. And Nate Gosling, I know I'll mention him again. I know he's done he's a guy that's not in the spotlight, but he's done a phenomenal job this year. Laney Forehand has done a phenomenal job this year, and most people don't see them that often, but they're really the ones that are behind the scenes making all this stuff run. So I'm grateful and thankful for everyone so far.
All right, that's head coach and general manager of your Biloxi Breakers, Charlie Pence Jr., joining me for this exclusive special Breaker Banter edition. Coach, sincerely appreciate your time, and we'll see everybody in a couple weeks, or next week, for another episode of Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
And we welcome you back ahead of period number 3. My name's Devin Dobeck, back along with you. Let's take a look at our intermission numbers here. No need to look at the full box because there were no more goals. But the score, 2-0 Baton Rouge. They lead in shots 24-19. On the power play, 1 for 4. The Breakers 0 for 2. They've even taken a power play or a penalty on each of those 2 opportunities. So things trending in the wrong direction there. 22 penalty minutes to 6. Of course, 14 of those all assessed on that 1 extracurricular scrum to Brandon Lucchese. Gearing up for our 3rd period. It's our Half-Shell Oyster House 3rd period. The teams look ready to go. We are here on Breakers TV as the final few seconds will bleed off the clock. And the Breakers looking to mount some momentum to begin the final chapter in round 5 with the Zydeco. Hansen will take the draw against Cox. Hansen had an assist last Saturday night, his 5th point of the season, playing in his 18th game as a Breaker. And Cox ties it up. Eventually it's won away by the Breakers and sent ahead. Heath Ford swivels it back around to Kuznetsov. Awkwardly, Hansen loses his stick after a collision with Kuznetsov. Sent ahead where Payne plays the body. Larwood trying to lock up his stick with a hook. Eventually it will be chipped back down low and Coffey will play it. It's swept out and the full length of the ice where the Breakers will retrieve it. No icing call. Somehow Larwood is the first one to the puck. Shielding it with his body is Hansen. Now turns it over at the blue line. Here comes Larwood. 2-on-1 move, lost the deke in transition, and now Alexanian will keep the possession alive. Looked like Infantino was held for a moment there. Him and Alexanian continuing to battle in the corner. Bartlett had to hit him in the boots, and now the Breakers head the other way. Here's Aldi Nerland trying to find a new gear over on the far side. Lost the angle. Plays it back looking for Charbonneau. And it bleeds into the neutral zone where Spinelli accidentally kicks it right to his teammate and D partner in Flanagan. Minute and 20 seconds gone by here in period number 3. Still 2-0 Baton Rouge. Around the league, you saw some interesting scores. Mentioned the PD game, now 4-3 Ice Cats. Indiana also has blown their lead. They now are tied at 3-3 with the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Bartlett taken down by Bondi. That certainly could have been a call that the officials missed there. Breakers catch a break. Can they use it as momentum? Nerland in the far corner. Uses his speed to outskate the defender. Bondi shot through traffic, never made it on goal. No shot for either side through the opening 120 seconds. Alden stays on side. Centering feed by Bartlett is taken away, and now maybe a 2-on-1 for the Breakers, but the pass splits them. Back with it is Nerland. Nerland one-on-one, couldn't uncork the shot, and Coffey's there to cover it up at 17:51. We'll have another face-off coming. Trey Fisher involved down by the blue paint with Ilner Madiarov. Those two got in a tussle and were given roughing penalties. Last time these two teams squared off in Biloxi on November the 29th. Fisher will take the ensuing draw. Number 9 with 2:09 gone by. It's tied up, and Fisher able to collect his own tie-up. Out to the point for Spinelli, who shoots it into the skates of Fisher. Fisher locked up by Heath Ford. Ford pinning him there and allowing Keller to make a play, but not out. Spinelli fakes the pass and will chip it in. Fisher, centering pass, comes all the way out to the near wing for Payne. Payne's shot might have been wide, but saved by Coffey regardless. Fisher banging into Alden down low. Now Catolo locked up with Fisher, glides him and escorts him into the window in the corner wall. Couple fans banging on the glass down in the corner. 5-man scrum, spits out to Baton Rouge. And Blake Keller blows an edge, heading into the offensive zone, turning it over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk moving to his backhand, lost it for a moment, completes the play. Quick shot goes wide by Brendan Spinelli. Into the 4th minute of period number 3. Devin Doback along with you. Breakers with the lone shot here in period number 3. Zydeco holding and chewing off a few seconds on the clock. Cox off the blade of Larwood, who poked it and got a shot on Borodkin. Thornton moves it on to Hansen. Hansen over the line for Thornton, looking back for Hansen. It's broken up. Thornton picking it back up again. On over to the near side. Thornton can't complete the play. Fabian Leonard, I'm starting to notice, has had limited shifts, or at least it has appeared. Have not called his name too much tonight, hoping that everything's all right with him. Hansen gives it ahead to the aforementioned Leonard. Leonard motoring up the far side, squeezes by Garrett Johnson, and then almost took a high hit from Ross Bartlett. As this one will be ice, we'll have a whistle and a face-off with the draw coming back to Ed Coffey's side of things. Another 15:46 remaining in regulation. Zydeco have flipped the shots and made it 2-1 in their favor here in period 3. Low-scoring game. The lowest amount of goals in a Breakers game this season was the 3-1 loss to Monroe last Friday night in this building. Those 3 goals were also the first time the Breakers have been beat while not surrendering 5 goals. Tonight could be the second rendition of that if they don't turn things around in a hurry. Infantino will take the draw. Breakers have 3 guys in the back, only 2 in the circle. Nerland on over for a one-timer by Payne, and that one swallowed up and held by Coffey again with 15:40. Fittingly so, suit and tie echoes in through the speaker. Kyle Curley, the DJ here at the Coast Coliseum, does a great job night in and night out. Definitely understands the theme of the nights. Alexanian wins the next draw. Payne had his stick tied up, and Nerland pops it up and into the seats. Another mile-high daiquiri puck out of play with 15:36 remaining in our third period. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy Hanukkah, or a Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Excited to have you back on our airwaves here watching Breakers TV or listening on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, but hope you enjoyed the time with your loved ones and got a chance to reset and recharge as we head into 2026 within the next week. Tim Payne, below the end line, will slowly begin the charge. Alexanian providing a little pressure. It's dropped off to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum now will come up the near side, flip it ahead for Nerland, whose pass gets through to Charbonneau. Through the pinball of a few legs. Charbonneau goes around Bartlett into the offensive end. Taken away by Madiarov as Miettinen got locked up in the D zone. Bartlett centering feed. A great back check by Grant Bondi to snuff out that opportunity. Maybe a 3-on-2 developing for Biloxi. Nerland fanned on the pass attempt. Couple boos come in. Bondi can't touch up. He needs to tag and get onside. So say the officials. Next whistle will be our first media timeout of period 3. Apologies that our intermission ads got cut short. Had a more lengthy interview with Charlie Penz than we anticipated, but a great one. Davidson sends it to space. Trey Fisher throws his weight into Hunter Alden. Alden back the other way, the former Athens Rock Lobster. Walla Walla, Washington native. Try and say that 4 times fast. Fisher in the corner. Skips it ahead. Karams on over to Pikarczyk, who will head into the zone. Pikarczyk with room shoots. Took a funny bounce, and Coffey able to snarl it up, and we'll head into immediate timeout once again. 13:48 to go here, period 3, back in a splash.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Out of our first media timeout of period 3, an offensive zone draw for Curtis Hanson and co. Faceoff is controlled by Baton Rouge. Thornton over on the far side. Reverses a big hit into Ethan Matcham, then gets taken down with a stick. Crowd wanted a call, they won't get it. Payne booting it forward, looking for Leonard. Kicks up in the air and along the blue line. Leonard tries to lay a hit. Kuznetsov comes away with it. Kuznetsov bumped into by Rosenbaum, and the puck spits free into the neutral area. Miettinen forces it around the wall down low. Payne lost a handle on it. Larwood pinned in the corner. Hanson locking up with him. Shots 26-22, Zydeco. 2-0 score as well. Borodkin will settle it down for Rosenbaum to take it from behind his cage. Rosenbaum, really nice hesitation to shake off Jake Cox. He skates with such poise. Rosenbaum's quick shot looked to surprise Coffey, missed everything. Charbonneau locked up into the wall by Durena, and now Durena throws a quick little check after the whistle, and now we'll have a little more pushing and shoving as Charbonneau skates his way out of there. Breakers have been held scoreless here tonight. Charbonneau off the face-off win. Locked up in the end wall by Durena. Centering feed gets all the way out to Bundy. He holds it at the blue line. They'll now say he was off. Certainly looked like it might have been close, but what can I tell from way up here? As Infantino a little late on the touch-up, and the offside is in force regardless. Infantino will take it against Alexanian now. And Alexanian with a clean win as soon as it was dropped. Good hip check by Infantino down below the end line, completely flipping over Alexanian. Bartlett gives him a quick little cross check behind the play as now Infantino's going to take another run in. Bartlett taking exception, and now a little more pushing and shoving, quickly diffuses right at the 12-minute mark, and it looks like the Zydeco are going to go after all. And Brandon Lucchese finally has served the rest of his 10-minute penalty, and so we'll see if there's any blood given. Both teams taking a moment to change out. Infantino like a bull in a china shop out there on the ice currently. Should get real interesting when both AJ Schlepp and Matthew Bazarin go at it tomorrow, or at least likely will get back into the game. Tie up by Fisher with Alden. It gets through to Blake Keller. Keller one-on-one going against Rosenbaum. Gives it into the boots of Matyarov, and the chance goes awry. Keller took down a man in the corner. Now Keller's down. Everybody trying to get untangled down in the corner. Digging away at the puck. Comes down out to Davidson. Fisher over the blue line, holding and shooting right into the boots of the defender. Davidson couldn't slide one home on the glove side, and the Zydeco back from north to south. On over for Kitola. Gets it through to Keller. Keller pirouettes and shooting one. It goes wide of everything through the blue paint. Now down low, Fisher. Cut off the route of Kitola, and the puck comes free to Rosenbaum, who chips it ahead. 10:55 to go here in period number 3. Fisher backhanding one cross ice to the tape of Spinelli. Good feed there. Ciolik tried to run over Spinelli, but the job is completed. Leonard behind the goal gives it away to Alexanian, or rather to Larwood. Now on the near side, Ciolik drops it back to Cox. Cox shooting one. Pad save by Borodkin. The rebound from Larwood goes over everything. Zydeco maintain possession. Kuznetsov tries to go high and tight. Borodkin holds the post firm. Cox muscling another one in on Borodkin. That goes awry. 27 saves and counting for Anton Borodkin. 23 for Ed Coffey, on the verge of his first career professional shutout. 10 minutes away from that. Payne on over to Leonard. Turned over. Leonard Knocks it away from Alexanian again. Then Payne gets taken down by Austin Weber. Weber back with the puck. Back to his feet. Centering pass. Goes by everything, and Spinelli will recollect. Mietinen. Chipping one ahead for Bartlett. And now Alexanian looking to move to his backhand off the post. That was almost trouble for Borodkin. Bartlett back out to the point. Quick shot comes in. Pirouettes for a moment. And now another quick shot comes in. Zydeco thought they might have had one. 9:14 to go. Some more pushing and shoving as we head into yet another media timeout. We'll take it. Back in a moment.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Nine minutes left to go here, period 3. As here come the Breakers. Charbonneau giving it back for Nerland. Nobody knew if it was free for a moment, and finally the whistle comes. Shots 31-24 in favor of the visitors. Little bit of traffic control by Infantino with Nerland before the ensuing faceoff. Nerland picks it up, looking to center for Charbonneau. Charbonneau throwing his weight into Nick Katola, jars the puck free. Looking backdoor for Nerland. He had his stick lifted, takes a quick cross check from Heath Ford, excuse me. Infantino back with it on the far side. One-on-one against Katola. What will he do here? Chipping one in on goal. A quick jab by Charbonneau as now Heath Ford getting involved. Infantino, a little bit of jousting going on down below the end line, and now everybody gets acquainted. Charbonneau drives another man into the wall. Some buckets are beginning to pop off. Ed Coffey's got to be enjoying this one. 25 saves on 25 shots. As both Infantino and Heath Ford are going to be escorted to the box. Looks like we're going to skate 4-on-4. So a little extra ice out there as some offsetting roughing penalties allow us to wind up right there. Fisher will take the next draw. It's won by the Zydeco, and now Bartlett kicking it into Sport, heading down the ice. Borodkin steers it on over to the far side. Chip back down by Matcham. And then taken down below the line was Payne. Fisher shoveling one out to Davidson. He's got some room on the far side. Wheeling ahead. Blows an edge on the stop and go. Back over to Fisher. Fisher hesitates to the middle. Got hindered by Chris Ciolik. No call coming here. Like the idea of the patience as opposed to a quick shot into the ankles of the defender, but a high IQ play made on the back check to negate that one. Nerland flanking on the forecheck. Forces a turnover. Top of the key now, Nerland. Gliding to the middle, shooting one. And that missed on the far side. Spinelli whips it back down low, looking for Fisher. Fisher takes a hard hit to the chest, but gets the puck to Bondi. Nerland flipping it down into the corner once more. 7.5 minutes to go in regulation. Fisher, good hard hit in Alexanian, who then grabbed his face behind the play, and the official got it, and now we're going to have a penalty coming as Fisher throws a cross-check into Alexanian, and we'll see if the retaliation will earn him a couple minutes. And it looks like they both are going to go, and so we're going to have a little 3-on-3 hockey, which is always a treat. So 3-on-3 for 48 seconds before it becomes 4-on-4 and eventually a 5-on-5 once again. No fights between these two clubs just yet either. Or at least here tonight. So it looks like those penalties will just offset. They're going to keep it 4-on-4. So probably unsportsmanlike for both. Bondi on over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk through the neutral zone. Chips it ahead. It's a slashing penalty for both of them, so it sounded on the PA. Vacant puck, Lucchese looking for a back pass to Spinelli, who would have had a chance in all alone. Kuznetsov back on over to Miettinen. Miettinen takes a hard hit from Brandon Lucchese. And now back the other way, Kuznetsov. Gives it away to Infantino, and we're back to 5-on-5. 6.5 minutes in regulation. Lucchese, fans on the shot. Never got it away. Shots 32-25, Zydeco. Payne. Spoons it back for Spinelli. To an in-stride Charbonneau. Charbonneau couldn't toe drag by the forechecker in Cox. Alden. Back for Larwood. Larwood couldn't kick it to his forehand. Still maneuvering around a couple bodies and comes down low again to Payne. Payne couldn't finesse around Blake Keller. It's back to Hunter Alden. Alden for Keller. Keller shooting one. Save made by Borodkin with bodies flying everywhere around the blue paint. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. Still 2-0 Baton Rouge. In this 5th edition of the Breakers and the Zydeco, Breakers have taken 3 out of 5 games. As Charbonneau just took out his own man down the other way. Not sure who it is as they're still down. As up to his feet is Aldi Nerland finally in front. Bondi sweeps it back for Borodkin, and Nerland without his helmet will head back to the bench. 5:17 to go. Scary moment for Aldi Nerland, just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Charbonneau ran him right over. Still some time to make something happen if you're Biloxi, but it's got to be sooner rather than later. You think back to that Saturday game against the Monroe Moccasins where they scored a pair of goals in the final 5 minutes. If they can find a way to repeat that here in this one, it could force some extra time. Extend that overtime streak for Baton Rouge to 4 games. Fisher battling in the corner. Kicks up the wall to Davidson. Davidson back to the far side, not on the same page with Pikarczyk, and it comes on over for Fisher again. Now here comes Davidson, his quick shot held by Coffey, and that will take us into our final media timeout here. Score is still 2-0. We'll take a break, step aside.
At Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport, we make it easy to drive the new Hyundai you want at the price you need. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. That's serious value right here on the coast. Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Sandstorm trying to get the people fired up inside Breaker Bay. Inside 5 minutes left to play in regulation. Breakers trail by a pair. Ed Coffey is less than 5 minutes away from his first career professional shutout in a building he used to call his home. Something about playing with that added energy against a team who moved on from you, and he's brought it here tonight. Fisher looking to go forward on the draw. Alexanian and him continue to lock up. Spinelli takes a couple stick checks by Austin Weber and able to get it back into the neutral zone where Alexanian will slow it down. Alexanian for Weber. Weber shooting one. Save made by Borodkin. Pikarczyk trying to get an extra dose of speed as he motors into the offensive zone. Fisher banging into a body. Spinelli keeps it in around the blue line. 4-man scrum on the near half wall. Continuing to battle our both sides. It comes out to Spinelli, who shoots one into the defender. Rosenbaum gets it to his forehand. Backhand. Now Pikarczyk shooting one right into the waist area of Heath Ford as he goes down to a knee for a moment. Madyarov one-on-one. Back the other way. Spinelli bit for a moment. Catches back on up to him. Chip back for Fisher. Fisher has it take a funky bounce off the stanchion. Could have been trouble if the Zydeco were out front. Inside 3:40 left to go. Spinelli will head off to the bench for a change. Here comes Ethan Matcham. Matcham with speed. Coming in on Payne. Charbonneau picks it up again. Also haven't seen much of Declan Flanagan as of late. Hoping everything's okay with him. All the way around we go. Payne, Infantino, sweeps it around again. Infantino shaking off Matcham. Centering pass rejected. 3 minutes left in regulation. Breakers need 2 to make the game go further. Payne shielding the puck from Kuznetsov. On ahead for Charbonneau. Chipped ahead to Payne. Payne jumps by the defender into the play. Saucer pass for Davidson. Down low, it's shot back around the goal and kept in by Bondi. Bondi up for Infantino. It comes down low, another funky bounce. In front, Charbonneau, score! Sometimes it's those home arena bounces. That time, Charbonneau with a good finish on the doorstep to complete it on the back end. Celebu Charbonneau, 2-1. Breakers needed that one to have a chance with their goalie pulled to make something happen. Xavier Charbonneau gets the job done. Still plenty of time here. Ed Coffey's shutout bid will have to wait Baton Rouge has not scored since period number 1. Charlie Pens might be using his timeout here, so we will step aside and catch our breath. 2-1.
Ooh, is that Cher?
Nicki Minaj.
Lady Gaga.
Meghan Markle.
Shania Twain.
Ryan Gosling?
Brad Pitt.
Is that Spinner?
Matt Bowers. Looks like David Beckham.
I don't know. The Floss Kid.
Who is that? I don't know. Keanu Reeves?
Is that like Nate back in high school or something like that? I don't know.
That's Garrett. Garrett Johnson.
Devin Booker, I know that one.
Steph Curry.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. Sydney Sweeney.
Out of the timeout by Biloxi, we are back underway. We'll see what Charlie Pens is able to strike into his group. Charbonneau's second of the season. His last came on the road in Topeka. Credit the assist to Darius Davidson and Dylan Infantino. Infantino picks up his 10th assist of the season with that one there. He's into double digits. Nerland's shot is kicked away by Ed Coffey up and over the glass. They had a couple extra seconds tick off the clock. We'll see if they restore it. For now it says 2:11. Half Shell Oyster House, third period. Breakers and the Zydeco separated by just one. Breakers have pulled their goalie. They're going to go 6-on-5. Infantino will take the face-off. And it's won back by the Zydeco. Heath Ford takes a hard hit from Trey Fisher down low. Charbonneau coiling it back to Nerland. Nerland outside the circle, shooting it across, one-timer, rebound in front. Fisher tried to jam it home. Infantino, more pushing and shoving with Katola and Fisher. Through to Nerland, he loads up for a moment and sends it back to Infantino. How did that one not go? Breakers have the zone established. 100 seconds left to play. 6-on-5, the goalie pulled. Another shot blocked down and sent down and just off the side of the goal. Larwood's going to win the race. Kuznetsov's all alone in front. He goes to the back post. Knocked away by Charbonneau. Scores one, saves one, cocks in, and he scores. That will plant the dagger into the heart of the Breaker comeback. The Zydeco come through with the net empty and make it a 3-1 advantage. It's Jake Cox with his 6th of the season. That should all but put this thing to bed here with 1:23 remaining. So the Breakers still with a little bit of time, but it looks like their comeback may fall just short. Shots 37-31 in favor of Baton Rouge. Ed Coffey's had a brilliant game, including that flurry of saves with the goalie pulled. Nice hit down low by Brandon Lucchese over on the far side. There's a 5-man scrum. Nobody can jar the puck free. Out at the point, Spinelli thought about the shot, instead plays it down low. Borodkin asking if he should be yanked. Penner will leave him in there for the moment. It's always hard to tell when to pull your goalie. I'm sure a head coach would tell you it's one of the hardest things they have to determine on the fly in a game. Good bump down in the corner. Pikarczyk locked up. Bondi in there as well. Really good scrum by Hunter Alden, and finally it leaks out to Bondi. Zydeco searching for their 4th win of the season. That would put them into 6th place for the first time since early on in the season when they beat the Monroe Moccasins. Borodkin out of his goal. Alden on away for Madyarov. Madyarov gives it away to Payne. Another 15 seconds to go. Madyarov takes a shot at the goal. It goes wide. Nerland banking it back around for Payne. Inside 10 seconds to go. Be chipped to Lucchese. Lucchese on for Nerland, who pokes it to Katola, and that will do it. The Baton Rouge Zydeco come on the road in Biloxi and earn themselves a 3-1 victory.
Let's hear it for your breakers.
A heartbreaker for Biloxi here. Back at it tomorrow with these same Baton Rouge Zydeco. We're going to take a quick break to collect our thoughts and step aside. We'll be back in a short moment for the Breakers postgame show when we return. Welcome you back into the broadcast booth. My name's Devin Novak, along with you here on Breakers TV. Biloxi falls to Baton Rouge 3-1 here at home on the day after Christmas. It was a back-and-forth affair. Got to credit the Zydeco. They came out quickly, 4-0-1. Their captain getting it going, Tyler Larwood, with his third of the season to make it 1-0. Then later on the power play in that same period at 12-14, Nick Katola scores his fourth of the season from Ross Bartlett and Austin Weber. Katola would go on to be the first star of tonight's game. Jake Cox, the second star, with a goal and an assist. And the third star, Dmitry Kuznetsov, who had an assist as well. The Breakers tried to give them a run for their money. The physicality picked up down the stretch in period 3 at 17-22. Xavier Charbonneau with his second of the season from Davidson and Infantino makes it 2-1. Still time to pull the goalie and make something happen, but unfortunately those plans would go awry. Jake Cox potting the empty netter for his sixth of the season, with the assist going to Dmitry Kuznetsov, who had a pair of assists, in the game here tonight for his third star bid. Breakers, I mean, it's tough. That's the second time they've lost while not surrendering 5 goals in the last week, which was kind of a rule of thumb. If they were going to give up less than 5 goals, they'd have a chance to win every night. In an offense that's been averaging around 4 goals per game, you expect them to have that production, especially against the bottom team in the division, but the Zydeco came to play. They've lost 3 straight times in overtime. They were not going to let that happen here tonight. Picking up a win, they leapfrog the Breakers and jump into 6th place in the Continental Division. Biloxi falls to last place for the first time this season, and it can only go up from here. These two teams will go at it again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock right here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. AJ Schlepp and Matthew Bazarin will likely both be in the lineup, so keep an eye on those two premier enforcers as tensions could begin to boil tomorrow night. These two teams do not like each other. It's been 5 games. Breakers have won 3. Zydeco have won 2. And the Breakers have only taken 1 more point in that season series. So it's been really competitive, really fun, night in and night out. Nice to see Blake Keller back in the building and picking up a win with his new club in his 8th game. But that just about wraps us up. Once again, the final score, the Zydeco 3, the Biloxi Breakers 1. On behalf of our entire production crew here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, my name's Devin Dobek, reminding you always to live the dream. And we'll see you tomorrow night right here in Biloxi.